Hey, it's Kamilescu and welcome to the new episode of Making of a DJ Mixer series. On the previous episode I told you about my background, what I've done so far and why I'm so excited about audio signal processing and audio in general. In this episode I want to talk strictly about making a mixer, and as an introduction I want to talk about project goals. I want to let you know what do you need to know to build a DJ mixer, and also share some resources with you to broaden your knowledge or to gain some basics. I prepared a small PowerPoint presentation for you, so let's start with this. Making of a DJ mixer. So first I want to talk about project goals. My first goal is education. This is an educational channel, and I believe that better understanding of how DJ mixers work will be achieved by just making it and step by step showing what parts, what modules, functional blocks do we need to make it work. Another goal is engagement and inspiration. As I said in the very first episode of this series, I was heavily inspired by internet. It gave me a lot of resources to just keep moving and explore my passion, and hopefully maybe after watching this series someone will get inspired and create something wonderful. Third project goal is raising consumer awareness. This is also a main goal of this channel. I wanted to show the internals of DJ mixers to make people more marketing resistant and just be aware of what's really going on, because unfortunately many of not only mixer manufacturers but audio manufacturers, especially high-end audio manufacturers, are taking benefit out of lack of people's knowledge. They just can tell them anything and people accept it. So maybe this project will help to raise consumer awareness. And fourth goal is I want to strengthen my channel's credibility, because after some videos I was just accused of not having any background and not being in position to comment what's going on in the mixers. So maybe with help of this project I will show you that I know something. I don't want to be any kind of guru. I don't want to tell you what's proper or what's not, and end of discussion. I'm always open to discussion. I really appreciate your comments, and yeah. So my target audience is just everyone. I want to make this project and this video series accessible to everyone, and I want to dive into some really deep electronic details, because I think that YouTube has a lot of very nice resources to do a really deep dive. I want to talk more about general concepts, and also this project will be focused mainly on just, let's call it, ripping off the classic designs, because they are just some basic there are some basic ways to do a DJ mixer. I want to show it how to make a very decent device, how to make it work, but I won't really dive into talking about various topologies, getting just the best parameters by some very refined electronic techniques. I want to speak more about basic general concepts and comment the classic ways to do a DJ mixer. So I was asked in some comments on the previous episode, but also on my very first video when I introduced this channel to audience, there was also one suggestion to make an open source mixer. And here the question is, why not making it open source? Because straight away I will say that at the moment, for me, it's impossible to make any open source project. There are two very simple reasons for this. First reason is, I will read it. Open source project requires a team of people willing to do something without getting paid for their job. This is a very obvious reason. It's very hard to find some people that will work for free. And the second reason is that open source project assumes that there is a community that is able to work together, and when making something open source, when starting something open source, I imagine that I do something, then I publish the project, and then there is a group of people, there is a community that will work on improving this design. And so far I don't see any chance to make it work like this, because I don't see that such community exists. Maybe hopefully in the future, with help of this channel or some other ways, but maybe with help of this channel, there will be a community that will be ready to do something open source. But for now, I don't see any opportunities, and I don't know any volunteers that will be ready to improve my project. And I don't accept the scenario where I do some project, publish it for free, it doesn't get improved, everybody just takes it and does whatever they want with it, and I end up with some fame and that's all. Yeah, let's call it fame. Yeah. So those are main reasons why I want to make it open source, and I hope you understand it, and I hope this is clear. Maybe in the future this will change. So now let's jump to the most important question for now. I want to talk about what kind of skills do we need to build a DJ mixer. So first skill, it's just essential, is to understand audio signal processing. This skill will help to just split the mixer to functional blocks, to make a block diagram, and basically think about what we need to make it work, and what blocks do we need to process the signal the way we want. For example, we want to have summing amp to make the mixer work. This is just essential thing. We'll need some EQs, we'll need some phono preamps to make mixer work with turntables. So yeah, we must understand those concepts, and we must understand some basics of audio signal processing. Other very important skill is understanding electronic schematics. This is very important skill, not only to just be aware of what's going on, because technically it's possible to take some schematic without any knowledge what's going on there, because schematic shows us the connections between elements. So based on this, we can reproduce a device based on the schematic, and I was doing it when I was 15 and I was building some guitar effects. I took some schematics from the web. I didn't have idea how does it work, but somehow I connected the dots, and I faced one very important problem. Sometimes it worked and I was happy, and sometimes I just soldiered the thing and it didn't work. And without understanding of the schematic, I was just unable to troubleshoot the device. And when making a DJ mixer, we must agree with the fact that not everything will work from the very first second, from the start, and we must be prepared for some troubleshooting. so we must understand the schematics. Third, also essential thing, very important to make the device high quality, is component selection, knowing what components are better, what are worse, what are dedicated to some applications. So basically, just knowing the various types of components and knowing where to place every component to keep it optimal. This is very important to make the device high quality, but without knowledge about component selection, we are able to make something work, but it will not have best performance because we will be not aware of the qualities of the components. Fourth skill, this is most time-consuming, in my opinion, thing is PCB design, printed circuit board design. This is the part where you want to just design a board and make all the connections, and there are several rules to follow, and as well as there is like a huge part of electronic design called signal integrity. For example, making proper grounding and making placing on all the traces so we avoid some unnecessary loops that will catch some interference and will make the noise higher. With proper PCB design we can avoid crosstalk, and there are really some very important things to take into account to make things work properly and in optimal conditions. So yeah, PCB design is essential. And the fifth skill is very important, but I have very little knowledge and I won't tell you much about this, is enclosure design. Enclosure design requires knowing some software. You can do some things without software, but ideally you want to know some 3D modeling software to make this enclosure. And also the essential thing is being aware how various metal types behave, because mainly most of DJ mixer enclosures are made from sheet metal. It's bent sheet metal, so when you are pressing the metal with bend, you are deforming it. You must expect some specific behavior from metal, so here it's advised to have some knowledge about it and to have some experience with more working in metal. And I want to comment more about resources to gain those skills. So first, regarding understanding audio signal processing, I think that it's the best resource on the internet I found so far about like general concepts about audio. If you are facing almost every problem in audio signal processing, you will find some very decent answers on the website of Rod Elliott. I gave you the address. This guy deserves a Nobel Prize, or really, I encourage you to donate this guy, or at least, I don't know, just appreciate him, because the work, the amount of work he has done is just enormous, and it deserves huge respect. So when you want to understand the basics of audio signal processing, just go to his website. I also like the approach of Rod Elliott. He's no bullshit guy. He doesn't speak about some snake oil. He tries to write his articles based on just scientific evidence. So I really appreciate it. This is very precious resource. I hope that this website will last forever. Second thing, understanding electronic schematics. Obviously you can take some electronic courses, you can go to some universities to gain this knowledge, but to understand some electronic concepts and schematics, you can find a lot of answers on the web. There is a very nice manufacturer, Analog Devices. This company produces chips for very long. I don't know the exact history of this company, but it's, you know, it's decades of experience making chips and other devices, just handling electronics. So at Analog Devices website you will find a lot of answers, and I must recommend you the Bible. It's called Op-Amp Applications Handbook. This handbook describes the most common configurations of op-amps, also some more advanced, but also some basics. And to make a DJ mixer, especially the way we will build it, and we'll build more or less we'll build just a copy of Array 1620, and this device is mainly based on op-amps, and op-amps is the thing that you want to understand at this point. When you want to make some discrete designs, you will need some more deep knowledge, and op-amps are quite easy to handle, but also there are some rules to follow. But yes, op-amps op-amp is the most basic element you want to know when dealing with electronic schematics. Also, I want to recommend a very nice YouTube channel, EEV Blog. It's run by David L. Jones, and this guy always deserves huge respect, just as much as previous guy I was talking about, Rod Elliott. This guy made a lot of episodes about electronics. He also conducted some lectures about how op-amps work, and he speaks very clear language, and very nice thing in watching the lecture on YouTube is that you can also you can always pause it, you can rewind it, you can do whatever you want, and just take your time to understand it. Third thing is component selection. I must warn you that worst source of confusion is internet forums. It's a double-edged sword. By this I mean that you can find a lot of precious knowledge on internet forums, but unfortunately you can find also a lot of bullshit, snake oil, and just some false concepts, some misconceptions. There are a lot of misconceptions on internet forums, so just please be aware of this, and try more to follow some legit sources. I named a few here. Those are handbooks, articles, application notes, lab reports, and those are often published by part manufacturers, because part manufacturers conduct a lot of research and development while making and improving their parts, and they also share some knowledge with you. This is here the example from this is effect on resistance of self-heating on free resistors type, blah blah blah. Long story short, this is just scientific proof of just how thick and thin film resistors work, and this is the way you want to gain knowledge about electronic components. Best will be just, as I said, reading some application notes and lab reports, to just read some evidence, not only opinion, because evidence and opinion are obviously just different things. And fourth thing is PCB design, printed circuit board design, and I have good news for you. Bad news is that you must take some time to really understand and feel good at PCB design. It took me a lot of years, and previously I was working as a PCB designer, so I have some professional experience with it. And yes, there are a lot of things that you must take into account, but also there is very high quality content on YouTube. I want to recommend at this point 3 channels. First one is official channel of Altium. Altium is a software that makes it possible to make PCBs on computer. So yes, official YouTube of Altium. A lot of really precious resources. Another is YouTube channel of Robert Ferranes. This is, I think this is guy from Hungary, and also huge respect for him. This is the same case as David from EEV Blog and Rod Elliott from ESP. He put a lot of effort to make some precious and rare knowledge available for you. And another channel, the third one, is very fresh one. It appeared a couple of months ago. It's Hans Rosenberg YouTube channel. This guy seems to be really experienced, and with very clear language he speaks about some quite complicated concepts. For example, grounding. Grounding is something very important and also hugely misunderstood in audio. So when you want to dive into it, I recommend Hans Rosenberg YouTube channel. I know that Hans Rosenberg often also runs some PCB design courses, but I didn't take this, but this is also some option. Just go to some PCB design course. But most important in PCB design, in my opinion, is just having experience. And also another thing, and I will show you how it looks. This is a part of some application note. So you want to just check out some evaluation board, recommended layouts in data sheets from manufacturers. This is, for example, this image is a layout of DC-DC converter, and on the data sheet you have it drawn down, and also often in data sheets there are some explanation why you want to place some components exactly this way, not another way around. So this is a very useful resource. So several of manufacturers, for example, Linear Technology, Analog Devices, Texas Instruments, they made a lot of application notes, and they publish a lot of resources to follow to improve your PCB design and electronic knowledge in general. Fifth thing is enclosure design, and as I warned you, don't ask me about it. I'm still getting some experience in enclosure design. I made some very basic enclosures that doesn't work super perfect, so I don't want to be the guy that tells you anything about enclosure design, but for sure enclosure design is just essential to finish your project. So thank you for listening to this presentation, and let's get it done. Let's get it done.